What's up, my Financial Fit fam, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Adam, and as always, we're going to talk about personal finance. In particular, we're going to talk about acorns. Not just because squirrels love them, but because actually it's a relatively newer application that allows you to dollar cost average and round up your change to make investments. It's a great way to get started, right? Well, let's see. In today's video, I'm going to give you my opinion on the Acorns app, the advantages, the disadvantages, and that way you can make the best decision for you. So let's get going. Here's a disturbing statistic. Only 55% of adults in the United States own stock in some capacity, whether that's buying it directly through a brokerage, an IRA, a 401k. But 100% of people should be smashing the like button and hitting subscribe. And if we break that data down even further, what we realize is 32% of people between the age of 18 and 29 are actively invested in the stock market, which means 68% of people are currently not. So there's a lot of opportunity for our younger generation to get involved in the stock market to set themselves up for a stronger financial future. The question I get most is, how do I start investing and how to make this as simple as possible? More like a set it and forget it strategy. Do you remember those old rotisserie chicken commercials?
Favorite rock Cornish game hens and everybody's favorite baby back ribs.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
You just set it and forget it.
You just set it and you forget about it.
You just set it and then forget it.
You just set it and forget it.
Set it and forget about it.
You set it and forget it.
Kind of like that. Okay. And what I hear most, or what people ask me most about, is Acorns. Acorns is a newer application that allows you to round up your change as you spend it, and then also set up a reoccurring contribution. So it's a great way to practice dollar cost averaging over a set period of time. With roundup investing, Acorns give you the opportunity to multiply that spare change by either 2, 3, or upwards of 10 times. So for an example, let's say you buy a cup of coffee for $1.80 and it will round up to the nearest dollar being $2. You have 20 cents left of change. If you have your times 2 multiple on, that means it will invest 40 cents for you. If you have your times 10 multiple on, it's going to invest $2 for you. So the times 10 multiple is a very aggressive strategy. Most people are going to feel most comfortable with leaving just the roundup option, the times 2, or if you're feeling really froggy, the times 3. To be completely honest, I'm not sure why they don't give us a times 4 or times 5 option. Times 10 is really aggressive. And let me kind of put it in perspective. If you make 5 purchases a day that all get round up, and the average purchase leaves you with 50 cents of change, that means that you're investing $5 with each purchase you make. So over a day, that's $25. Over an entire week, that's $175. And that's a lot of money to be investing per week. If you have the capital to do so, by all means go ahead, but there might be better options than using Acorns in order to make those types of investments. How does Acorns choose what is the best investment strategy? When you set up your account, it's going to ask you some basic questions, including risk adversity and the length of time of which you're looking to make these investments. It will then make a recommendation from the 5 different portfolios that it's auto-created. These portfolios range from conservative, which is all bonds, to aggressive, which is going to be all stock exposure, based on the answers that you have given them. In these portfolios is a variety of ETFs, which will give you exposure to over 7,000 stocks and bonds. One of my concerns was not being able to link up my credit cards to my Acorns account. I thought that everything was originally going to be based off of my debit card transactions. And I actually found out this was wildly false. Your credit card does link up with Acorns. However, your money will never get pulled from your credit card. It will only be pulled from your actual banking account. So this is extremely helpful, especially to someone like myself, because I like to collect the credit card points on top of being able to automatically invest. Just so you're aware, Acorns won't make the investment until you reach $5 worth of spare change or more. So for example, we go back to that cup of coffee, which costs $1.80. That's 20 cents of spare change. You're going to have to buy quite a few cups of coffee to get to $5, or link multiple cards or make multiple transactions in order to get to that $5 minimum amount. Once you hit that $5 threshold, it will then make an investment towards the portfolio that's been recommended to you. Here are some of the positives about investing with Acorns. First off, it rounds up your spare change. You don't necessarily feel it as much versus making lump sum investments. So if you're someone that gets anxious about putting $50, $100, $200 towards a stock market or towards investing in a specific fund, then Acorns might be the right choice for you. It brings your anxiety levels down a little bit. The one benefit of Acorns is the roundup strategy, but they also offer a recurring investment strategy. This allows you to invest $5, $25, $50, or $100 every day, every week, or every month. It's completely up to you. I also really enjoy the robo-advisor because you can answer questions as you set up your profile, and this will create the investment strategy for you. If you want to be more conservative, you can do that. If you want to be more aggressive, you can do that as well. It's completely up to you on how you want to invest. And lastly, it takes the guesswork out of investing. It makes everything super, super simple. Again, it is a set it and forget it type of strategy. Acorns can be great for the newer investor or someone that just doesn't really want to get that involved. However, there are disadvantages as well. The first of which is going to be fees. Just another fee. My mother always told me that nothing in this world is free except for her love, which I'm still trying to win over. They have 3 different tiers as part of their system. They have a light, which costs $1 a month. They have a personal, which is $3 a month. And they have a family, which is $5 a month. Let's dive into each of those tiers and what that actually means. With the light option, you get to set up your reoccurring investment strategy. You can set up your roundup change investing. You'll also get a partnership with Found Money, which is a group of retailers that work directly with Acorns, and every purchase you make, a small percentage will be put back towards your investments. So that's pretty cool. And then CNBC has also partnered with Acorns, and they give you investment strategy tips. If you want to level up, you can go with their personal tier. This is $3 a month. You get everything that you would get from their light account, plus you'll open an individual retirement account or an IRA, and there are some tax advantages that come with opening an IRA. You'll also receive a checking account. This will give you overdraft protection, there are no minimum balance fees, and you'll also get reimbursement from ATMs nationwide. So there's definitely some positive perks as far as going with the personal option. The highest tier is the family tier, and the fee there is $5 per month. You get everything from the light and the personal tiers, but you can also open an account for your kids, and the family version makes transferring money between accounts very, very simple. I personally don't have any kids, so I wouldn't use the family option, but I could definitely see how it's beneficial to get your children started at a younger age and invest in their money so that their money can grow. Fees are huge for me, and just giving up that percentage of your investment towards fees just doesn't seem reasonable. Even if you buy ETFs through a traditional brokerage, there are small expense fees that are associated with owning an ETF. If you were to buy the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, the expense ratio is 0.03%. So in order to justify the use of Acorns and the diversification that you get by them purchasing the ETF for you, you would need to invest over $4,000 in your Acorns account to justify the cost of even a $1 per month fee. To go up to the personal tier just for the checking account doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A lot of the larger banks will offer free checking as long as you have a minimum amount of money sitting in that account or that you have direct deposit associated with that account. If you don't have either of those two, well then this might be a viable option for just an additional $2 a month. The standard maintenance fee that you'll get from a traditional bank if you don't meet those 2 criteria are anywhere between $10 to $35 per month, which is really expensive. So if you don't want to worry about minimum balance and you don't want to worry about putting in a direct deposit, then going up to the personal tier in this case might make sense. But to me, that's not a big enough value add for me to want to jump from the $1 plan to the $3 plan. When it comes to investing, I like to have some control over my investments, I like to have all the control over all my investments. And with Acorns, they will select the funds for you, and you don't really have a say in what funds you want in your portfolio and which ones you do not. And I find that as being a disadvantage. I want to know where my money is going, what companies my money is behind, because that makes me sleep better at night. Some of the brokers that I use charge no fees, and that's what I like about Robinhood and M1 Finance. I can choose the investments that I want in my portfolio with no expense cost. America has a saving and investing problem, there's no doubt about it. Acorns definitely solves that issue. It allows you to set it and forget it. It allows you to have access to a robo-advisor. It takes the guesswork out of it for you. There's no doubt about it. But when it comes down to justifying the fees and the features that they give you, is it really worth the $1, $3, or $5 per month? There are probably better options out there. For me, I set up my Acorns account just so I can give you an honest review about the product and give you my own sense of opinion, but I really don't use Acorns a ton. I hope you enjoyed my review on Acorns, and as always, save, invest, and grow. Ciao, ciao.